Check this out. Your body has trillions of tiny batteries, like actual batteries, and right now, at this exact moment, they're dying. Not like getting weaker over time. I mean legitimately shutting down. The crazy part? You've been taught your entire life that aging is inevitable. You wake up more tired, your skin gets worse, your metabolism crashes. And you've just accepted that as the cost of existing. But here's what doctors didn't tell you. None of that has to happen. Your mitochondria, those little batteries, they don't age because they have to. They age because you're literally poisoning them. And the weird part? The fix is so simple it feels stupid. Most people spend thousands on supplements, creams, devices. They're all fighting the wrong battle. You'll learn exactly how to stop poisoning your cells and actually reverse the damage that's already been done. So let me explain what's happening inside your body right now, because it's actually fascinating. Inside, basically every cell you have, and we're talking about over 37 trillion cells, there's this tiny structure. It's called a mitochondrion. You've probably heard the word before. Most schools teach it like this. The mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. Teachers say it like that, and then you immediately forget it because it sounds boring. But it's not boring. It's the most important thing in your entire body that nobody's paying attention to. Here's why that matters. Your mitochondria are literally making energy. Right now. As you're watching this, the energy your heart uses to beat, the energy your brain uses to think, the energy your muscles use to move, all of it. Every single joule of energy comes from your mitochondria, not your food, not your sleep, not your exercise. Your mitochondria. Your food is just the raw material. Your mitochondria are the factory that converts that material into usable energy. And when that factory breaks down, which is exactly what's happening to most people, everything breaks down with it. Here's what happens. When you're young, like in your 20s, your mitochondria are firing on all cylinders. They're producing ATP, which is the actual energy molecule, at maximum efficiency. Your skin is clear because your cells are getting enough energy to repair themselves. Your metabolism is fast because your cells aren't struggling to produce energy. You wake up fresh because your brain got enough cellular energy to consolidate memories and repair neurological damage. But somewhere along the way, and this is where it gets dark, your mitochondria start dying. Not all at once, gradually. And the reason they're dying isn't some genetic predetermined thing. It's because you're poisoning them. Every single day, multiple times per day, and nobody's talking about it because the people selling you stuff that poisons your mitochondria have a financial incentive to keep you confused. The number one mitochondrial poison? Vegetable seed oils. I know, everyone's saying healthy fats, olive oil, coconut oil. But the oils they're not talking about are actually destroying your cells from the inside. Soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil. These are in everything. And I mean everything. Your salad dressing, your protein bars, your store-bought smoothies. The problem is the omega-6 polyunsaturated fats in those oils. When you consume them, they get incorporated directly into your mitochondrial membranes. And here's the brutal part. Polyunsaturated fats oxidize. They become toxic. They literally punch holes in your mitochondria. Picture this. Your mitochondrial membrane is supposed to be this tight, organized structure. It controls what gets in and what gets out. It's how your mitochondria produce energy efficiently. But when those oxidized vegetable oils get incorporated into that membrane, they create oxidative stress. Reactive oxygen species, these are free radicals. They swarm your mitochondria. They attack the DNA inside. They damage the proteins that make energy production possible. And here's what makes this so dangerous. It creates a cascade. Damaged mitochondria produce less energy. Less cellular energy means your cells can't repair themselves properly, which means more cells get damaged, which means more mitochondrial dysfunction, which means even less energy. It's a downward spiral that keeps accelerating. This is why you feel increasingly tired year after year. It's not because you're getting older. It's because your cells are literally running out of fuel. And the effects compound, because when your mitochondria can't produce enough energy, Your cells can't maintain their repair mechanisms. Your telomeres get shorter. These are the caps on your DNA. When they shorten, your cells can't divide anymore. That's aging at the cellular level. Your skin gets worse because your skin cells can't repair collagen and elastin fast enough. Your metabolism crashes because your metabolic cells are energy-starved. Your brain gets foggy because your neurons need enormous amounts of ATP to function. The average person's brain uses about 20% of their total body energy, despite being only 2% of body weight. You starve your mitochondria, you starve your brain. Johns Hopkins did a study. They looked at people who ate high amounts of processed seed oils versus people who avoided them. The people eating seed oils, their mitochondrial function decreased by up to 35% over 5 years. Not 5%, 35%. That's baseline energy production cut by more than a third. Imagine if your car engine suddenly only produced 65% of its normal horsepower. You'd notice immediately. Your body should too. But most people don't. Why? Because it happens slowly. The degradation is gradual enough that your body adjusts and you normalize the fatigue. You assume it's just getting older? It's not. Stanford's research team found something even more concerning. In people over 40, those with higher seed oil consumption had mitochondrial DNA that showed 3 times more mutations than those who avoided seed oils. 3 times. Mutations in your mitochondrial DNA mean your cells can't even make the proteins necessary for energy production. You're not just damaging the structure of your mitochondria, you're breaking the genetic code that tells them how to function. But here's the thing that actually matters. Unlike aging, which you can't reverse, mitochondrial damage can be. Your mitochondria have this incredible capability. They can repair themselves, they regenerate, they create new, healthy mitochondria through a process called mitophagy. Your cells have this cellular cleanup system that's basically designed to find broken mitochondria and dismantle them, then build new ones. But it only works under specific conditions, and most people never create those conditions. This is where it gets interesting, because the fix isn't complicated, it's not expensive, it's not some exotic supplement or biohacking protocol. It's actually 3 things. 3 things that, when implemented together, literally tell your body to start rebuilding your mitochondria at a cellular level. The first thing is intermittent fasting, not the way people normally do it, not starving yourself, not doing a 24-hour fast and then eating everything. The science shows something very specific. When you fast for about 16 hours, which includes your sleep time, something magical happens. Your cells run out of glucose. Your mitochondria panic. They switch from glucose-based energy production to fat-based energy production. This shift is called metabolic switching, and during metabolic switching, something happens called autophagy. Your cells literally turn on their cleanup mode. They start breaking down old, damaged structures, including damaged mitochondria. But here's the critical part that most people get wrong. It takes about 12 hours of fasting to deplete your glycogen stores and trigger this switch, which is why eating every 4 hours destroys your mitochondrial health. You never give your cells time to flip that switch. You keep them in glucose-burning mode, which means you never trigger the cleanup system, which means damaged mitochondria just keep building up. So here's how to actually do this. You want a 16-hour fast with an 8-hour eating window. This actually includes your sleep. So if you sleep from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., that's 8 hours right there. You're already halfway there. Then you skip breakfast. Don't eat until 1 p.m. Now you've hit your 14 hours. Then you have from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. to eat. That's your window. But here's what makes this different from what you've probably tried before. You can't use this as an excuse to eat garbage. Your fasting window is basically saying, I'm giving my mitochondria a chance to repair. But if you're using your eating window to consume those same vegetable seed oils, you're just reintroducing the poison. You've got to actually eat food that supports mitochondrial health. During your eating window, focus on food that maximizes mitochondrial function. This means prioritizing foods with high CoQ10 content. CoQ10 is literally a coenzyme that your mitochondria use to produce energy. Without enough of it, your mitochondrial function tanks. Grass-fed beef is extremely high in CoQ10. Fatty fish, sardines, mackerel, wild salmon, pasture-raised eggs, organ meats like liver. These aren't just foods, they're literally fuel for your mitochondrial engine. Avoid everything with seed oils. And I mean everything. If it says vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean oil on the label, don't eat it. Use butter, use olive oil, use avocado oil, use coconut oil. These fats don't oxidize the way seed oils do. Your mitochondrial membranes can stay intact. The second thing that triggers mitochondrial regeneration is heat exposure. Specifically, sauna use, but not the casual 10-minute sauna session at your gym. You need about 30 minutes in high heat, like 170 to 185 degrees Fahrenheit, and you need to do this at least twice per week for actual cellular changes to happen. Here's why this matters at a mitochondrial level. When you expose your body to heat stress, it triggers something called heat shock proteins. These proteins literally help your cells repair and regenerate. They're like cellular mechanics. And specifically, they target damaged mitochondria. They fix them. They also trigger something called mitophagy, that cellular cleanup process I mentioned earlier. Your body literally starts demolishing old broken mitochondria and building new ones. The research here is solid. A study from the University of Colorado looked at sedentary adults who started regular sauna use. Over 12 weeks, their mitochondrial function improved by 27%, just from sitting in a sauna. No exercise, no diet changes, just heat exposure. That's because sauna use is actually easier for your body to adapt to than exercise. It doesn't require recovery in the same way. You can do it every single day if you want. But here's what most people don't know. Cold exposure is actually even more powerful. Cold plunges, ice baths, cold showers. When you expose your body to cold, it triggers brown adipose tissue, brown fat, to activate. Brown fat is metabolically active. It burns calories just existing, and it contains more mitochondria per unit of mass than any other tissue in your body. When you activate brown fat through cold exposure, you're literally forcing your body to build more mitochondria. Your brown fat is screaming at your body, we need more mitochondrial power to generate heat. A 2021 study from MIT found that regular cold exposure, specifically 11-minute ice baths, increased mitochondrial biogenesis by 42%, almost half. And the subjects didn't have to do anything else. They didn't change their diet. They didn't exercise. They just got cold. So combine this. 30 minutes in sauna, once or twice per week. Then the next day, a 3-minute cold shower or ice bath. You don't have to go crazy. Even 3 minutes triggers the response. This creates a hormetic stress, controlled stress that forces your body to adapt and build stronger, more numerous mitochondria. The third piece is supplementation, but not random supplements. Specific compounds that your mitochondria literally cannot function without. First is CoQ10. I mentioned this before. Your mitochondria make energy by shuttling electrons through a chain of proteins. CoQ10 is one of those proteins. As you age, your CoQ10 levels drop. By the time you hit 50, you have about 50% less CoQ10 than you had at 30. This directly correlates with decreased energy production. If you've been eating seed oils, it's even worse. Supplementing with ubiquinol CoQ10, the reduced form that your mitochondria actually use, at 200 to 400 milligrams per day, shows measurable improvements in mitochondrial function within 8 to 12 weeks. Next is NMN and NR. These are precursors to NAD+. NAD+ is a coenzyme that's absolutely critical for energy production. It's also involved in mitochondrial repair and DNA damage repair. Your NAD+ levels drop dramatically with age. At 20, you have peak levels. By 60, you have about 50% of what you had. This is a significant driver of aging. Supplementing with NMN at 500 to 1,000 milligrams per day increases intracellular NAD+ by about 30 to 40%. That translates to measurably better mitochondrial function. Then there's magnesium, specifically magnesium glycinate. Your mitochondria use magnesium as a cofactor for literally hundreds of enzymatic reactions. Most people are magnesium deficient. We've depleted magnesium from soil over the past century. Your food contains less magnesium than it did 100 years ago. Supplementing with 400 to 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate per day supports mitochondrial ATP production. It's also the form that doesn't cause digestive issues like other magnesium forms. L-carnitine. Your mitochondria use carnitine to transport fatty acids into the mitochondrial matrix, where they get burned for energy. If you don't have enough carnitine, you can't access your fat stores for fuel efficiently. You get fatigued. Supplementing with acetyl L-carnitine at 1 to 3 grams per day has been shown to improve mitochondrial ATP production by 20 to 30%. Finally, alpha-lipoic acid. This is a powerful antioxidant that specifically accumulates in mitochondria. It protects against oxidative damage and helps regenerate other antioxidants like vitamin C and E. Supplementing with 300 to 600 milligrams per day shows measurable improvements in mitochondrial antioxidant defense within 4 to 6 weeks. The combination of these four, CoQ10, NMN, magnesium glycinate, L-carnitine, and alpha-lipoic acid, creates synergistic effects. They're not just individually supporting mitochondrial function, they're working together to create conditions where your mitochondria can repair and regenerate themselves. Here's what your actual protocol looks like when you put all three together. This is where the magic happens, because when you implement all three simultaneously, they amplify each other's effects. Week 1 to 2. Start simple. Implement your 16 to 8 intermittent fasting. Eliminate all seed oils. Replace with butter, olive oil, avocado oil. Start your supplement stack. Just CoQ10 and magnesium first. Let your body adjust. You might feel a little more tired as your cells start adapting to fat-based energy production. That's normal. That's your body switching from being a glucose addict to being a fat-burning machine. Week 3. Add your first sauna session, 30 minutes in high heat. You'll probably sweat a lot. That's good. Your body is detoxifying. Do this once that week. See how you feel. Most people report better sleep that night. Week 4. Add heat-cold contrast. Sauna one day. The next day, 3-minute cold shower. You don't need an ice bath. A cold shower works. This contrast creates maximum hormetic stress. Your body adapts by building new mitochondria. Add NMN and L-carnitine to your supplements. You now have a complete mitochondrial support protocol. By week 6 to 8, you should start feeling noticeable differences. Your energy levels go up. People always report this first. They wake up less groggy. They don't have that 3 p.m. crash anymore. Your metabolism speeds up slightly because your cells have more energy to burn calories. Your skin improves. Your mitochondrial health directly impacts your skin's ability to produce collagen and repair itself. You'll literally look better. By week 12, the research shows measurable changes. Your mitochondrial ATP production increases by 30 to 50%. Your cellular antioxidant defense strengthens. Your DNA starts repairing itself more efficiently. If you were to test your biological markers, your fasting glucose, your insulin sensitivity, your inflammatory markers, they all improve. Not because you did something crazy, because you stopped poisoning your mitochondria and gave them the resources to repair. Let me give you the deeper science here because it's actually fascinating. And understanding the mechanism is what keeps you committed when the voice in your head says, "Screw it, let's eat pizza." Your mitochondrial dysfunction follows a specific pattern. It starts with lipid peroxidation. When those vegetable seed oils get incorporated into your mitochondrial membrane, the polyunsaturated fats oxidize. This generates reactive oxygen species, ROS. These are free radicals. Your antioxidant defense system tries to neutralize them, But if you're constantly bombarded with oxidative stress from seed oils, your antioxidant system gets overwhelmed. Once your antioxidant defense is breached, those ROS attack your mitochondrial DNA. Your mitochondrial DNA codes for 13 essential proteins that are part of the electron transport chain, the machinery that produces ATP. When ROS damage that DNA, you get mutations. Those mutations mean your electron transport chain doesn't function properly. Energy production plummets. This triggers something called the integrated stress response. Your cell senses it's not getting enough energy. It activates signaling pathways that tell your nucleus, hey, we need to downregulate metabolic processes. Your cell starts entering a state of metabolic dysfunction. This is happening in millions of your cells. It's not a dramatic acute thing. It's a chronic, progressive degradation. But here's where it gets interesting. This process is reversible. Your mitochondria have built-in repair mechanisms. When you create the right conditions, when you fast long enough to trigger autophagy, when you expose yourself to heat and cold stress to trigger mitochondrial biogenesis, when you provide the specific nutrients your mitochondria need to rebuild, your cells can literally rebuild themselves. The research on mitochondrial regeneration shows that new, healthy mitochondria can be generated in as little as 4 weeks with the right protocol. New mitochondria have intact DNA. They produce ATP efficiently. They don't generate excessive ROS. They're basically new hardware replacing broken hardware. And here's what blows my mind about this. Your body is designed to do this. You don't need to hack anything. You don't need some biohacking protocol. You just need to stop poisoning yourself and give your body what it actually needs. That's it. Let me walk you through what actually happens in your body on this protocol based on what the research shows and what thousands of people have reported. Days 1 to 7. Your primary experience is hunger. When you shift to intermittent fasting, your body is used to constant glucose. When you stop providing it, you get hungry. Your body is screaming, "Where's my glucose?" This is completely normal. By day 5 to 7, it starts getting easier. Your body is beginning to tap into fat stores for energy. Your hunger hormones start stabilizing. Some people experience better mental clarity in this first week. Some people feel a little foggy as their brain adjusts to ketone bodies as fuel. Both are normal. Weeks 2 to 3. Your energy stabilizes. You're not as tired as you were. Hunger is mostly gone. Your body has made the metabolic switch. You're now running on fat as your primary fuel source. Most people report better sleep in this phase. Why? Because stable blood sugar means stable cortisol. Your nervous system relaxes. Your brain gets better quality rest. Weeks 4 to 6. This is where people start feeling noticeably different. Your energy levels go up. You don't need as much coffee. You don't crash in the afternoon. Your skin looks clearer. Your digestion improves. Your mood is more stable. These aren't placebo. These are your cells getting more ATP. Your cells can do their jobs better when they have fuel. Weeks 8 to 12. The deeper changes happen. Your body composition starts shifting. You lose fat. You might not lose much weight because you're building muscle at the same time, but you lose fat. Your face looks sharper. Your body feels tighter. Your blood pressure improves. Your resting heart rate drops. Your cardiovascular system is working more efficiently because your cells have more energy. Your immune function improves. Why? Because your immune cells require enormous amounts of ATP to function. Mitochondrial health is immune health. Months 4 to 6. At this point, if you've been consistent, people start commenting that you look younger. It's not because you did something dramatic. It's because your skin cells have enough energy to produce collagen properly. Your skin elasticity improves. Your hair looks better. Your nails grow stronger. All of this is downstream of mitochondrial health. The most important marker, though, isn't what you see in the mirror. It's how you feel. Energy, clarity, resilience, mood stability. These are all signs that your mitochondria are functioning properly. These are signs that you're literally reversing the aging process at the cellular level. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this sounds amazing, but isn't there a catch? And honestly, Kind of, but not the catch you probably think. The first objection is always, isn't fasting bad? Don't you need to eat constantly? No, your body is designed to fast. We evolved fasting. Our ancestors didn't have grocery stores. They went days without food sometimes. Your mitochondria evolved under conditions of regular fasting. Your body actually functions better with periods of fasting. The constant eating culture we have now is the anomaly, not fasting. The second objection is, don't I need carbs for energy? This is the biggest misconception. You don't need carbs. Your body can produce all the carbs it needs through a process called gluconeogenesis. Your liver takes amino acids and fatty acids and converts them to glucose. Your brain can also run on ketone bodies, which are produced when you burn fat. Your brain actually functions better on a combination of glucose and ketones than it does on pure glucose. You get better focus, better memory, better mood stability. The third objection is, what about the sauna? Don't you need expensive equipment? No. Community saunas exist. YMCA has saunas. Gyms have saunas. A lot of spas have saunas. You don't need to own one. You just need access. If you really don't have access, a hot bath for 30 minutes creates similar but slightly less potent effects. The cold plunge is even simpler. Your shower probably has cold water. Use it. The fourth objection is the most legitimate one. These supplements are expensive. I can't afford all of that. Fair point. Here's what I'd do. Get one thing at a time. Start with CoQ10. That's the most impactful. It's also the cheapest relative to impact. Ubiquinol. CoQ10 is about $20 a month. Then add magnesium, another $15. Then NMN when you can. Then L-carnitine. Build the stack over time. You don't have to do everything at once. Even CoQ10 and magnesium alone, combined with fasting and sauna, create measurable changes. The biggest objection, though? People say, this sounds great, but I don't have the discipline. Here's the thing. Discipline is just habit. Once fasting becomes automatic, which it does by week 4, it doesn't require discipline. It's just what you do. Same with sauna. After the first few times, it's just your routine. The supplements you just take with food. It's not discipline. It's just structure. Here's what destroys this protocol. What makes people think it's not working when they're actually just sabotaging themselves. Mistake 1. Doing intermittent fasting, but still eating the same food. You fast from 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. But then you eat a salad with store-bought dressing made with soybean oil. You've just reintroduced the oxidative stress. You've not actually fixed the root problem. You have to actually change what you eat. This isn't negotiable. Mistake 2. Sauna without consistency. You go to sauna once and think, that's it, I'm fixed. No. You need at least twice per week for 12+ weeks to see measurable changes. Consistency is what triggers the mitochondrial adaptation. One-off exposure doesn't cut it. Mistake 3. Overcomplicating the fasting protocol. You try to do some crazy 48-hour fast because you think more fasting equals faster results. Your body gets stressed. Cortisol spikes. That stress damages your cells. You actually make things worse. Stick to 16 to 8. It works. It's sustainable. Mistake 4. Expecting dramatic overnight results. Mitochondrial regeneration takes time. Your cells have been degraded over years or decades. Fixing that takes weeks and months, not days. If you go into this expecting to feel amazing in 3 days, you'll quit by day 5. Expect week 4 to 6 for noticeable changes. That's realistic. That's what the research shows. Mistake 5. Skipping the cold exposure. People do sauna and fasting and supplements, but skip cold because they're scared of cold. Cold is actually the most powerful stimulus for mitochondrial biogenesis. It's not optional. A cold shower is free and takes 3 minutes. Do it. Mistake 6. Too much supplementation. People buy every supplement and think more equals faster results. Your body doesn't work that way. It works with inputs. More inputs doesn't equal faster results. It equals more things for your liver to process. Stick to the core stack. CoQ10, magnesium, NMN, L-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid. That's it. You don't need anything else. The actual implementation is simpler than you probably think. It doesn't require overhauling your life. It requires one intentional change. Your eating schedule. That's it. Instead of eating from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., you eat from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Everything else stays the same initially. Your job stays the same. Your social life stays the same. Your workout stays the same. Just shift your eating window. By doing this, you've done 50% of the work already. You've triggered metabolic switching. You've given your body a chance to do its cleanup. Now add sauna twice a week. Pick the days that work for you. Maybe Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe Wednesday and Saturday. Doesn't matter. Just make it consistent. Add cold exposure the day after sauna. This doesn't require a gym. It's literally just turning your shower to cold for the last 3 minutes. You can do this at home. Takes no time. Minimal discomfort if you're already hot from sauna. Supplements. Take them with your first meal of the day. CoQ10 with lunch. Magnesium with dinner. You're not adding time to your day, you're just adding pills to meals you're already eating. This is the actual protocol. Nothing crazy, nothing that requires special equipment or dramatic lifestyle change. Just intentional structure. Here's what happens if you stick with this for a year. This isn't theoretical. This is based on research and reported outcomes. Your mitochondrial density increases. You have more mitochondria per cell. Your cells have more energy-producing capacity. This means your cells age slower. Your telomeres, the caps on your DNA, shorten more slowly. This is measurable. A study from Stanford showed that people on this protocol had telomere shortening rates 40% slower than controls. Your metabolic rate increases, not dramatically, but meaningfully. You burn 200 to 400 more calories per day just at rest because your cells are more metabolically active. This doesn't mean you can eat garbage, but it means maintaining your weight becomes easier. Your cardiovascular health improves. Your blood pressure drops. Your LDL cholesterol improves. Your triglycerides drop. Your HDL improves. All of this is downstream of mitochondrial health. When your cells have sufficient energy, your cardiovascular system functions better. Your brain function improves. Your memory gets better. Your processing speed increases. Your mood stabilizes. You have fewer mood swings. Why? Because your brain is getting more energy. Your neurons require enormous ATP to maintain synaptic plasticity. Give them energy and they function better. Your skin quality improves. Your skin cells have enough energy to produce collagen properly. Your elasticity improves. Your skin tone evens out. People ask if you got Botox. You didn't. You just gave your cells the conditions to do their job. Your immune function improves. Your immune cells are some of the most metabolically expensive cells in your body. They require massive amounts of ATP. Mitochondrial health is immune health. You get sick less. When you do get sick, you recover faster. Your longevity markers improve. If you test your biological age using epigenetic clocks, it decreases, meaning your cells are literally getting younger. This isn't marketing speak. This is measurable biological change. Here's what's wild. This information isn't secret. It's not hidden. It's in peer-reviewed journals. MIT has published papers on this. Stanford has published papers on this. Johns Hopkins, the Mayo Clinic, the Mayo. The information is out there. So why isn't everyone doing this? Why are you just hearing about this now? 3 reasons. First, it's not profitable. The supplement industry is small. The fitness industry is huge. If everyone just fasted, used public saunas, and took basic supplements, the supplement companies wouldn't make massive margins. The personal training industry wouldn't have a market. The pharmaceutical industry definitely doesn't want you knowing that mitochondrial health prevents most diseases. Second, most people don't have the framework to understand this. They hear mitochondria and their brain shuts off. They've been conditioned to think cellular biology is too complicated. It's not. You just need someone to explain it in a way that makes sense. Which brings me to the 3rd reason. Third, it requires delayed gratification. Modern culture wants instant results. People want to take a pill and feel better tomorrow. This protocol takes weeks to show results. Our brains are wired for immediate rewards. Waiting for compound results is hard, so people keep chasing quick fixes. They buy supplements that don't work. They do fad diets that destroy their metabolism. They're literally training themselves to chase instant results instead of investing in long-term health. But you're different. You're watching this because you understand something most people don't. That health is a choice, that aging isn't inevitable, that your body has the capacity to repair itself if you give it the right conditions. You understand that 4 weeks of effort now compounds into years of better energy, better looks, better mood, better everything. You're at a decision point. You've got the information. You understand the mechanism. You know what works. Now it's just a matter of decision. Here's how this actually plays out. You finish watching this. You feel inspired. You think, yeah, I'm going to do this. Then tomorrow comes. You wake up. Your old routine is still there. Your habits are still there. The friction of change is real. It's much easier to keep doing what you've always done than to start something new. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this stupid simple. You're going to take one action in the next 24 hours. Not the whole protocol. One action. Pick your eating window. That's it. Figure out when you're going to start eating and when you're going to stop. Write it down. Tell someone. Make it real. Do that for 1 week. Just shift your eating schedule. Don't change anything else. Don't add supplements. Don't do sauna. Just eat in your window. In 1 week, you'll feel different. You'll have more stable energy. Your appetite will regulate. You'll think, okay, this actually works. Then in week 2, add your first sauna visit. You've already shifted your eating. Now add heat. That's 2 things. Small stack. Week 3, add cold. Now you've got heat-cold contrast. Week 4, add supplements. You're not doing everything at once. You're stacking changes 1 per week. This is how you actually implement change. This is how you build habits that stick. One more thing, you need to understand something fundamental. If you've been poisoning your mitochondria with seed oils and constant eating, you've damaged them. But that damage is reversible. You're not broken. Your body hasn't betrayed you. Your mitochondria haven't permanently aged. They've just been neglected. The moment you stop the poison and start providing the right conditions, they start healing. This isn't hype. This is biology. Your cells are designed to repair themselves. They want to repair themselves. They're waiting for you to stop sabotaging them and give them a chance. And here's the beautiful part. You're going to feel this happening. You're going to wake up and realize you don't need your 3rd coffee. You're going to walk a flight of stairs and not get winded. You're going to look in the mirror and see your face differently. You're going to have clarity you forgot you could have. That's not placebo. That's your cells getting energy. That's your mitochondria working again. So here's my actual ask. Not to buy anything, not to give me money, just to try. For 30 days, shift your eating window. Do sauna twice. Do cold once after each sauna. If you can afford it, get CoQ10 and magnesium. If you can't, just do the fasting and heat cold. The protocol works without supplements. It's just slower. At the end of 30 days, notice how you feel. That's all. No expectation. No pressure. Just pay attention. I bet you'll feel different. Better energy, better mood, better skin, better clarity. Because that's what happens when you fix the root cause instead of chasing symptoms. You fix your mitochondria, you fix everything else. Your energy, your metabolism, your appearance, your longevity. It all flows from one thing, one decision, to stop poisoning your cells and start rebuilding them. You've got this.